Video chart presentation of Camelot Information Systems. It's a New York Stock Exchange listed company trading on ticker CIS. It's a lower volume play. It's made a real steady climb in 2013. You can see it doesn't make huge moves. Stock closed up by 1% on Friday by moving 2 cents upward, closing at $1.96, only 120,000 shares traded. That actually was a nice little increase over previous days. But I picked this chart because it's a pretty strong support level, right around $1.93. That's keeping the stock over top of the 50-day moving average. And just generally speaking, when the stock has slid sideways for about this length of time, that's when it goes ahead and makes a larger move. You can see it doing that back in August and September and October. Now it is trending sideways again throughout November. Now I by no means can say which way the move would be, up or down, but I think it's time to start watching for it. Of course, pay attention to some support levels, and if they're broken, it's a quick, easy stop to minimize any loss. So with those things in mind, we'll run through the indicators. MACD's cooled back off, run back down around 0 now. Histogram bars are trending upward, hinting that there could be a bullish cross coming. Of course, we'll want to see that MACD hold over top of that 0 mark, and with the retrace, there's plenty of room for it to run again and show a strengthening trend. ADX has come down from highs up near 50, back down around 20. You can see it flattening. Positive DI moving towards the ADX. Again, that could be giving hints this move is going to be in the upward direction. Money flow index. Even with that little bit of buying pressure, you can see how quickly they turn, moving back towards 50. Again, I want to get them out of this box and see them up over top of 50 to show people are paying higher prices for the stock. This is clearly a pretty nice look to the accumulation distribution. Just going sideways right now. Kind of leaning to the upside. Across the course of this 9-month chart, though, you can see flatten out, move upward, flatten out, move upward. Pressure has been outweighing selling pressure. You can see that a little bit more clearly in this shake and money flow, with very little time in the red, most of the time in the green, telling me that over 20-period increments, buying pressure is outweighing selling pressure. CCI, of course, the official buy signal comes on the break of 100. Full still. In the longer term, that's a pretty nice look, showing slow and steady momentum being held in the chart. Now, at this point, I'll want to see it stay inside that box and a turn upward to show that the bullish momentum is growing. Tricks, very slow moving indicator. Read it pretty similar to the MACD. Want to see it hold over top of 0 and show that this trend is staying bullish for the chart. Relative strength index. We always talk about the red and gold lines in our videos. That's the 14 and 21 RSI. Want to see them on the upper half of the indicator. That's a bullish sign of momentum. You see, really, just outside this one little dip right here, the longer-term RSIs have held that upper half. And as long as they stay over top of 50, that's telling me that the momentum is still bullish in this play. Now, there's quite a few little levels of support in here. I'd say that there's a primary support right down here around $1.88. That would be the absolute lowest end I'd want to see on this chart. If it breaks through that, it's probably coming back down here, somewhere in this area, back down near an old support, back near the 200-day moving average. But for the intents and purposes of looking at this right now, I'm looking for a support right there at that 50-day moving average. So right now it's at 193. See, that's been a general area of support in November, and it was even serving as some support in October before this dip right through here. That's one of the risks with these thinly traded stocks. It doesn't take much volume to have them move either direction. So that's why it's always important to pay attention to support levels, set stop losses in those areas. So this 193 mark will be the key spot I'll have my eye on for the support level that I want to see intact. On the resistance side of things, there's definitely a little bit right here. It's been brought up in November, but realistically, I'm looking more to this higher end at $1.98. See, the stock hasn't closed above that. One intraday move back in October, it went up and touched $2. So I'll be looking for a close above that $1.98 mark. And of course, you want to see how it deals 1% higher at the $2 level. But I think with the close above 198, especially if that comes on an increase in volume, that's the signal for the next leg up for this chart. And those are the type of things that I'll be watching for this week and going forward. But as always, merely my interpretation of the CIS chart. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.